Hello everyone! Let me introduce the new version of OrgNote 0.60. But before start I would like to apologize about current video format. Usually I prefer to record video with much more detailed plan and with artificial intelligence. Unfortunately right now I have no free time to do it because of very busy schedule. English is not my first language and I hope video will be understandable. And let's return to the release notes. After you update the latest version, you will be able to see new extension, OrgNote Agenda. I really enjoy to use Org Agenda in the Emacs on my computer, but synchronization with external devices a bit painful for me. For the last few years I prefer to use TickTick, and the interface of new system was partly inspired by this application. We need to configure Org Agenda on mobile device by specify special directory. This is directory where we will store all our agenda files, tasks, habits, planning notes and Pomodoro timer. Also we can specify inbox file path. This is a special file where we will store all new tasks by default. We can also pick the default Pomodoro duration and enable or disable sound effects. Unfortunately, there is problem with such effects on mobile devices, but I will fix it in the future. After proper configuration, we can open sidebar and pick agenda tasks. By default, there are several categories split by date range, habits and Pomodoro timer. We can create new task by pressing special input. By default, this task will appear in inbox file as we specified before and attached to the current date and time. We can change this behavior by pressing contact and pick the file from agenda directory in completion menu. Also we can change the date and time by pressing on the calendar. We also can edit a task in the mini editor. This is absolutely new feature of OrgNote, special mini editor with full-fledged org syntax highlight. For example, we can create subtask here. Also, for better user experience, I provided a mechanism to maximize this window. We also can attach some tag to it and pick the priority. One of the biggest advantages of org mode over Markdown, for example, that everything is plain text. In this case, we can edit this task directly in org editor. And when we return to the task list, we can see updates. As you can see, we have synchronization with Emacs and it works in both directions. After some time, this task will be synchronized with mobile application. We also have some category for overdue tasks. For example, we can create a new task, to finance file, and move the date to the past. In this case, the task will appear in overdue directory, special section which collects all overdue tasks here. Another one very important feature for me is the habits. It's absolutely amazing for everyday routine tasks. I use it every day. Let's try to create new habit, for example. After some time we can see synchronization and we can check the progress. For example, if I did it yesterday, I can press to the radio button and we can update the progress. Because OrgNote is very rich format, We can preserve these logs directly in the plain text by special logbook property with a clock keyword. We can also open this task in the editor as well as just a regular task and edit it directly right here. The latest feature of this release is a Pomodoro timer. Usually I prefer don't use it because I like stopwatch timer. It's an infinity timer for deep focus. But you can use Pomodoro timer, and this timer should be attached to the task because we need to store logging and planning properties. We can start it, pause it, and resume. After stop, the statistic will be updated and we can check all our records here. Because of OrgNote supports logbook properties, we can collect all necessary information to do it. What else is new in this release? Improved sidebar user interface. User interface has been significantly reworked and was largely inspired by Obsidian. Thanks to Alex for the idea. I really like when some of us guys suggest me to implement some new features. You can do it in Patreon or directly in GitHub via creating new issue. Also, stability of the system was improved as well. For example, headline parsing, planning data parsing, and also several critical issues that could break the app have been fixed. In this release I started to implement keyboard shortcuts for desktop version. Currently there are a few shortcuts I added, but in future I will implement more of them. OrgNote API also was improved by providing way to pin some commands to keyboard shortcuts. Thanks for watching. I would like to thank everyone who supported the project. It really means a lot to me, especially your contribution to testing. I don't really like asking for help, especially donations, but if you have the opportunity, please consider supporting the project on Patreon. It helps cover server cost, AI tools for developing tests and extensions, and allows me to spend more time directly writing code. But if Patreon is inconvenient or expensive for you, you can support the project in another way by starting it on GitHub or just by testing.